In windsurfing, the little details do matter. Today I'm gonna talk about something you can't see. It's hidden below the surface, but it's very important for how your day will be on the water. And I'm talking about this, the fin. The fin is absolutely an underrated part of your equipment, at least with most guys and girls. You should pay more attention to which fin you select and how much money you want to spend on something you can't see while you're windsurfing. At Defi Wind, I spoke to one of the experts, the guy behind Flow Fins himself, Russel. At Flow Fins, they understand that it's very important to sell you the right fin, because a perfect fin with the wrong setup is worthless. So they understand that they do not only need to sell you a good fin, but they also need to sell you the right fin for your setup. And this is where Flow Fins comes in. They do things slightly different. They don't first sell you the fin, they first want to know which fin they need to sell you by communicating with you, trying to find out which fin will work for you. Welcome back to the YouTube channel of the Windsurf Coach. It's fantastic to have you back on the channel.
We make very personalized fins. So initially we would have like a good discussion, a lot of email back and forth, what kind of boards you have, what kind of sails you have, where you sail. So is it a rough place, is it difficult, is it gusty, does it have a lot of current, that kind of thing, or is it like a place where you just have long stretches of strong wind? So we can pick which of our models is going to be the best starting point.
Of course, if you like these kinds of videos, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel of the Windsurf Coach. Let's say we're racing normally on a lake or another flat water area, a sheltered bay or something. Let's take that as a starting point for selecting the proper slalom fin.
Typically when you're having a more slalomy type sailing, you're doing it with other people as well quite often, that sort of thing, or if you're going to do a race every now and then, you end up very often having a wind shadow, you end up having very often some wake from another guy you're trying to get through, and you always end up needing a bit more power than you thought. So one of the fins that we specifically developed is a slalom race fin. It's got some of those extra things taken into consideration. We add a bit more area in the fin. You can see here they have a bit more width in the profile, but the section of the fin is still very, very thin and very hollow in the back half. So the fin has a very, very low wake. So you get the area, so at a very low speed, you can easily have a very nice bottom end, but at a high speed, it's still a very narrow fin, and the wake is very collected, so you don't feel this fin overloading when you're having a very high speed and a high wind. So it makes it very comfortable.
Okay, just tell us, Russell, what do you want to know from us so you can give us the best advice on which fin to buy?
The difference here is we find out exactly the size of you, like you mentioned, how you like to sail. Do you like to sail with everything feeling very powerful, or do you like everything to feel like a big sail but rigged extremely flat so it feels actually very, very light? There's a big difference in characteristics there, and that changes if the fin should be stiffer or softer. We mentioned we're going to take like lake inland water type conditions, so that's choppy but not big waves. So there you need a little bit of stability from the fin, but not that much, and then you can have some flex after that in the bottom 2/3. Maybe the top 1/3 you want a bit of rigidity for stiffness, and that would mean that you have this extra bit of power. If you quickly want to point, you get really fantastic acceleration, so great out of your jives, and then for the sizing. There we would balance if you like to have your gear feeling particularly powered, or back to if you like the big sail that's really flat, or a small sail that's super powered up. We choose if you want. That means go on the bit bigger side or the bit smaller side. We also have some different constructions which change how the fin feels. So one might feel a bit more snappy in its reflex, and the other a bit more steady. And this is not because one is better than the other, it's simply a different characteristic that might be suiting your preference.
Let's take me as an example. Russell, I want a perfect slalom fin For let's say my medium board, it's 70 centimeter wide, it's an Isonic by Starboard, and I normally use it with my 7.0 or my 7.8 Severn Mark 1. What kind of fin am I looking for?
And you'd probably have ideally 2 fins for that setup. You'd probably have maybe a 37.5 for the 7.8 and maybe a 36.5 or even 37 still for the 7.0. The bit bigger of those 2 fins, I would add a little more softness to it, and the slightly higher wind one, I would use the woven layup. It gives a tiny bit more damping, so it makes it a little more comfortable when you have that extra power in your gear. If you needed more power with your 7.0, you're going to put on the bigger sail. Don't need to make that fin a more bottom end orientated. Whereas for the other sail, the other fin, sorry, for your bigger sail for the board, then it's great if it's got that tiny bit extra bottom end.
I hope you realize how important this little piece of equipment is for your total setup. Please let me know in the comments below what you think of this video. Of course, if you liked the video, please leave a big like. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel of the Windsurf Coach, and I will see you on the next one, or I will see you on the water.